And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
It's been a tough go for him. Just an uncontainable game for Lopez. He's got 8 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed it.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
The Knicks leading by 5. Roten kicks to Anthony. Makes it off the glass. Anthony's got 10 points in the game.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Wall passes to Nene. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. 6 points for Nene.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Cartwright misses.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Wizards have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Larry Sanders is checked in for New York. Pass to Cartwright. The 19-foot shot. And the rebound goes to Nene.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
And the Knicks making a change here. Spates is checked in. The Wizards have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. The Knicks have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. The drive by Anthony. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And a very steady season for him at the charity stripe last year. He was right at 85%.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Sanders. Washington with the rebound. Beal's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And it's Wall, top of the key.
Usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
New York, no good that time either. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Porter against Williams. Beal dishes to Hansbrough. Wall attacking. And it's sent back by Spates. And now in transition, it's a Flalo. Here we go. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Washington called for the foul. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
And the second free throw, good. 1:49 left to play in the 3rd. So for the Wizards, their last game, a win against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Back to Williams. Over to the wing. Here's Cartwright. Can't get it to go. Wall with some nice defense.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And that one's good by Porter.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Dishes it to Sanders. Pass to Williams. Here's Cartwright. No good off the back of the rim.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
And Aflalo kicks to Freak. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his third rebound on the night. Excellent D there from Aflalo.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Kept alive. Fades away. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise and
and thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Charlie Villanueva out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Gortat in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
Moving it around.
New York's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Hansbrough against Cartwright. Rebound, Washington.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Knicks head athletic trainer. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. They're holding him out of the remainder of the game, though they don't think he'll be out of commission for too long. They haven't ruled out the possibility, though, that he could miss additional games. We'll just have to wait and see, Kevin.
All right, Doris, really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
And, you know, I know everyone is rooting for him to make a quick and full recovery.
Absolutely. I mean, his teammates want him back out there as much as he wants to be back out there.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Wall against the Aflalo, and Wall. Here we go now. That's good.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a...
So a close game sees New York take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots. I don't care if you're playing one-on-one or 1 on 5. That is a great percentage.
Well, this win was really, really needed, and he went out and he got it for him. They lost 2 in a row coming in, and dropping a third straight would have been very, very rough. But he took it upon himself, took it right to the ship, as he always does. Great performance and a great time to deliver.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille...
All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. Okay, that's it for now. Make sure we're iced up and rested. Go ahead, keep shooting if you want.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers come into this one after the win against the Trailblazers at Moda Center. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops too. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Porzingis, Gerald Green, he's checked in for Anthony, and Cartwright subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Amon Shumpert's checked in for the Cavaliers. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Smith. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Kevin Love out there with LeBron James. Then there's Irving. Then there's Amon Shumpert. And it's Dellavedova in at the 2. Here's Roten. And the 3 off target.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Dishes it to Freak. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. Second, the Cavaliers.
Repeat that level of success from a year ago when they were one of the best long-distance shooting teams in the league.
And again, LeBron James. LeBron's got 9.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Screen by Sanders. Pass to Carter. From outside the arc, cannot hit. And Cleveland will come the other way. Last time they met in Cleveland.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, They were able to give the bench a lot of run.
Irving kicks to Dellavedova. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Dellavedova's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
It just seems like they're a step slow today.
Pass to Sanders. Shumpert against Green. To the middle. Here's Spates. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. Larry Sanders is checked in for Spates. Porzingis comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Green. And Cartwright subbed in for Roten. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Love comes in for Shumpert. Smith checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Irving subbed in for Jared Bayless. Cartwright in at point guard. Sanders out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. Love up top. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Portland.
Boy, was he physical. I mean, in that game, just drawing a lot of contact and getting himself to the line over and over.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And they're able to recover. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And so he makes both from the line.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Cartwright misses.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
The shot's good from Smith.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him. And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see